What's up? It's your girl Jordan, the author of Big Girl Diaries. This is my third episode, and I am so excited to be back here. And this episode, I want to talk about finding motivation. And honestly, finding motivation in this world is kind of hard, to be honest, because in my opinion, I don't think you really find motivation. You just decide for yourself that you just want to do something. Like, I feel like finding motivation is just something that people tell us to do. That I just feel like finding motivation, that's what it is. It's just, let me think about this. So I feel like you can find motivation through multiple things. Like, you can find motivation through your environment, you can find motivation through the people you're around, and you can find motivation through social media. So I want to start with your environment. So honestly, some people have kind of dysfunctional environments. So in order for somebody to find motivation in dysfunctional environment, you have to find it for yourself. Like, if you're a part of an environment that is just crazy, you really have to just find not external things, because I feel like that's what the problem is now. We try to find validation too, but we try to find, that's not what this podcast is about though. We try to find motivation through external things, like other people, through music, through celebrities. But I feel like we need to find motivation internally. And honestly, to find motivation internally, it's kind of hard, because really, it's like a battle. Like, it's really like a battle. Like, yeah, I want this so bad, but no one's pushing me. No one's like, it just seems like it's so many obstacles in a way when you're trying to get to your destination. Like, right now, I'm thinking about college and trying to find motivation in college. It's like, it's kind of easy but it is kind of hard. I say it's kind of easy because, you do have your friends, and when you're in college, y'all going through the struggle together. Like, y'all in it together. But then again, when those friends, separate from you and they find their own life, it's hard to find motivation, because it's like, what if these people leave me? What if this celebrity stop posting? What if my girl group separate, and those were the people that I got motivation from externally. Now, if you go internally, I feel like finding motivation is just having a way to motivate yourself. Basically, finding motivation within yourself. I feel like that's a goal for everybody, because not everybody's going to be there to push you, especially when you're in college. I feel like when you're in high school, you kind of baby still. Like, you got your mama or your dad or your guardian waking you up, telling you, oh, get ready for school. It's time to school. Oh, did you do your homework? Then you got your teachers. Oh, we have homework, this and this and that. When it comes to college, don't nobody be telling you about your homework. Like, and God forbid that you have an online class, then you really not go hear from nobody. So it's like, I feel like us people, we as people, we get our motivation from other people. And I'm still learning that I have to find motivation within myself first. And that's okay. So environment, that affects your motivation. Friends. I feel like for the friends that you have, they definitely affect your motivation. They definitely affect how you feel motivated, because again, I feel like friends are, when I go back to the the internal, external. I feel like friends are an external source of finding motivation. And like I said, when those friends are gone, where you going to get your motivation from? But you do have your day ones. You do have your day ones that push you. But I don't know. It's just, you got to push yourself even harder. Like, I feel like the motivation that somebody else give you, that's just, that's just something that can keep you going. But I want to know, how do you really find deep-rooted motivation? Like, is it through hard work? Like, if I work hard enough, am I going to be motivated? But honestly, when I be working hard, I be like, well, when I be working hard, I be thinking like, bro, what am I doing this for? Like, I really just want to exist. Like, I just want to exist, and I just want to be free. Like, why? Like, but honestly, then again, hard work couldn't be your motivation, because when you work for something, you kind of get that IKEA effect. Like, basically, if you don't know what the IKEA effect is, basically, the IKEA effect is when basically IKEA is a store. It's a store that you buy furniture from, and you buy like stuff for your house. But most of the time when you buy that stuff, you have to put it together yourself. So basically, you got to put in the work to see the end goal, to see the result. And I feel like that's the same thing with motivation. Like, you put in the work to see the result. But shoot, I'll be making me a couch, and then it's like, when I get tired, I'll be like, bro, where the motivation at? Like, but I feel like the end goal is what gives us motivation. Like, but honestly, I don't think motivation is real. Like, people be like, oh, you gotta find the motivation, you gotta find the discipline, you gotta find the consistency. They be just saying that shit like that's just that's just easy. Like, it's not easy to be consistent. It's not easy to be disciplined, but those things are not meant for everybody. So yeah, I feel back to friends. I feel like when it comes to friends, being motivated by your friends, it can go two ways. It really depends on the kind of friends that you have. Like, if you have friends around you that are motivating you, and they are special, and they push you, then you find you a good clique of friends. But if you got friends that, they're not really on that. And when I mean they're not really on that is, I mean that, you are the motivation. You probably are the motivation of the group. You probably the person that motivate them. Or, you really probably, some people just have them friends that y'all probably don't get really serious about stuff. Like, y'all, it's those friends that you just party with. It's those friends that you just, you just kicking it and caking it with. And when it comes to those friends, it's like, I don't even share like personal stuff with them. But I feel like everybody should strive for having friends that motivate them or push them. Like, I feel like people be having friends that they just want to, they be having friends that be sugarcoating stuff. I feel like friends really be sugarcoating stuff, but when you got a real friend that's gonna give it to you straight, and to be honest, you might be figuring out, like, you and your friend might be still figuring out life, still figuring out what y'all want to be when y'all grow up, still figuring out, I feel like at this age, which is 19 to 25, we really still experiencing life. Like, some people don't even get out of college by 25. So we really still experiencing life, still experiencing the beginning stages of our life. And I feel like most friends can come together and find motivation for life, for real. Like, Because life is not easy, y'all. And that's one reason why I made this podcast, just to share the experience of life. Like, seriously, because life is crazy. But it don't have to be, though. I feel like your decisions is shaped by your life is shaped by your decisions. But let me not get off topic. So what did I talk about so far? I talked about how finding motivation in your environment. I talked about finding motivation in your friend group. And now I want to talk about finding motivation on social media, because everything on social media don't be motivation. Like, I feel like it's how you take it. Like, if you see somebody on social media, they flexing what they got, you could take that two ways. You could take that as motivation to, get in your bag and do what you want to do. Or you could take that, or some people take that as like, oh my God, they flexing. Oh my God, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. And I want to say this, the best way to find motivation on social media is through spirituality and quotes. Because looking at other people on social media trying to like figure out their life, but they just really flexing, that's not finding motivation, boo. That's just looking at other people post what they got. And then the one thing I don't like about social media is that shit, that not everything can be deceived on social media. Like, everything could be mixed it and twisted on social media. Everything got a little spice on the side when it comes to social media. Like, everything is not what it seems on social media. So I feel like don't compare yourself on social media. Like, I feel like we as people, because I've had trouble with this too. I feel like we are so quick to compare ourselves to somebody we see on social media, and it's like, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what the fruits of their life are, and it's like, you really just don't know when it comes to people on social media. To be honest, social media scared me. Shoot. Social media scared me with all this catfishing and rat fishing and you know what I'm trying to say. Like, all this catfishing stuff. Like, social media is so like deceptive. Like, you could be so deceived on social media by looking at other people. And it's kind of hard because it's like, that's all you can do on social media is look at other people. But I just try to look at stuff on the bright side. Like, if I was looking at somebody else's, first of all, I follow people that I feel like I can get motivation from on social media. I follow a lot of plus size content creators. I follow a lot of life coaches. I follow people that basically I want to be like. So I feel like you could get motivation through that. You could get motivation through following people that you look up to or admire. But if you just go compare yourself to them, then no. Don't follow those people, because it's like, what's the point? So, but like I was saying, motivation on social media, like, they be having some cute quotes on social media. I feel like quotes and affirmations, those are the things that help me find a motivation, because I feel like that leads into what I was about to say next. Basically, your mindset that's the key to finding motivation. Your mindset. What do you tell yourself every day? Do you tell yourself you stupid, dumb, retarded? Or do you tell yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, I can do everything I want, I can accomplish anything I want, all my desires are already met? Do you tell yourself that? Or do you tell yourself you stupid and you can't do this? That's how you find motivation. You find motivation through how you talk to yourself, because it's like, think of it like this. When you go out into the world, nobody's going to tell you you're beautiful. Nobody's going to tell you you got this. Nobody's going to tell you like nobody's going to tell you that. Like, I feel like I feel like we just, I feel like we go out into the world thinking people are gonna tell us what we want to hear, but they not gonna tell you what you want to hear. They're not gonna tell you, the world not gonna tell you what you want to hear. So at least you could do is tell yourself what you want to hear. And if you're telling yourself that you got this and you can do it, I feel like that's a way of finding motivation. And yeah, I feel like the way you talk to yourself is a way of finding motivation, but it's kind of hard if you're in a toxic situation. Like, you have a lot of toxic vibes around you. I done been there before. I done been through that, and the best way to close out or just shut off the toxic world is to put yourself first. Put your peace first. If you don't like if you don't like something that's coming out of a family member's mouth, walk away. You don't have to accept that. I don't care if it's your mama. Okay, that might be a little hard if your mama's speaking negative to you, but sometimes you gotta protect your peace. Like, and as you continue to protect your peace, you're gonna realize that I can do anything I put my mind to. I can accomplish anything that I want. And yeah. This is Jordan from Big Girl Diaries. I am the author and creator, period, of Big Girl Diaries. And please stay tuned for another episode. Goodbye.